Hi there, welcome back to ADSR Massive Tutorials. In this tutorial we're going to be looking at making arpeggiator sounds using Massive and discussing how to make different kind of arpeggiator sequences, so major and minor arps here. And I've got these two patches that I played for you there. There's a link on the screen. You can download those patches directly from the massivesynth.com website. But we're going to go ahead and not necessarily recreate these sounds, but recreate similar kind of arpeggiator sequences and discuss just how to create arpeggiator sequences either in a major or a minor scale. So I've got this basic beat going on. This is just the machine standard drum beat, and this major arp here. Let's look at the major arp first. All I've got in here is this sustained, it's a C3 note, and let's go over to Massive and just create a new sound. So you don't actually have an arpeggiator built into Massive, but what you have is the stepper, and you can kind of create arpeggiator type sounds using the stepper here. And you do this by using the stepper to modulate the pitch of one or all of the oscillators. So what we can do here is click and drag the crosshair of this stepper to the first modulation box on the pitch of oscillator 1. And if I hold Alt or Option here, click and drag up, I'm basically applying plus 12 semitones amount of pitch modulation there to this oscillator 1. Sync this stepper, and then in the stepper you have from 1 to 12 on the steps. So you effectively, and if you activate the snap to grid function, you snap to exact steps, so you're effectively affecting the pitch by, you're defining here how many semitones you're affecting the pitch of this oscillator by according to these steps. And 1 over 16 means we've got 16 steps in a bar, so it's obviously going to sound a bit crazy. So that's how the the arp or the Massive sound for now. So that's how we can use the stepper to create a kind of arpeggiated sequence. And when I started making arpeggiated sounds using Massive and other synths, and understanding a bit of basic stuff about major and minor scales is very helpful. Just creating those kind of sequences, especially if you want them to be in key with other elements of your track. So looking at a major scale here, and within the major scale, basically, if we're looking at semitones, if we're in C here, it's a C, playing a C note, and we want to do a C major scale, basically the notes we can do if we're going plus here is plus 2, plus 4, plus 5, plus 7, plus 9, plus 11 semitones, also plus 12, we're going an octave up if we're going plus 12, or staying at 0. So if I was to kind of apply that there, so step 1 was 0, step 2 was plus 2, step 3 was plus 4, then plus 5, plus 7, plus 9, plus 11, then plus 12, and then just take the steps down to 8 here. That's a C major scale, what we're playing back there. And I could actually move this note there to D, and then it's a D major scale what we're playing. So with that in mind, we use those notes, we can actually just move this back to C. You can start creating arpeggiator sequences within your kind of major or minor scale. So if you're writing a track in C major, use that information and go, right, okay, let's create an arpeggiator sequence, knowing what notes that we can use, staying in a C major scale. So plus 12 there, I'm going an octave up. I can go plus 9, still staying in the major scale, plus 2, plus 4, down to 0 there, plus 5, maybe plus 12 there, plus 7, plus 5. So there we've got this major scale. Another thing I didn't kind of mention as well was just the different vibe that you have with major and minor. So that was major, this is minor. And the way it tends to go is major kind of scales tends to be a lot happier, a lot brighter, and minor's kind of just moodier and a bit darker. I tend to always write in minor scales for that reason. So with this major scale set up there, that's your kind of arpeggiator sequence, and then you expand on it from there and go, let's use the stepper to modulate this other oscillator here, and just thicken up the sound a little bit. Detune these oscillators a bit, and what we could do here is use a performer here, set the sync to 1/16 again, and use this to modulate the cutoff frequency of filter here. And now we've got this performer, now we've got steps rather than just a constant sound. We can actually affect the steps here. And using that kind of major sort of stepper sequence there in a major scale, and then we can just build on the sound, maybe add some effects, chorus, some reverb. And so on, maybe some vibrato. But yeah, just using that kind of knowledge of knowing how many semitones up or down you can go by to kind of stay within the major scale, and a similar thing for the minor scale here. So let's just create a new sound in here and use the same kind of like method. So we're going to use this stepper to modulate the pitch of this first oscillator by +12 semitones, sync it, and then keep the ratio as 1/16. And then in the minor scale, or the natural minor scale, we can either be at 0, +2, +3, +5, +7, +8, +10, or +12 semitones, and we're staying in a natural minor scale. You've got other scales, so you've got major pentatonic, minor pentatonic, melodic minor, harmonic minor, and so on. But just the natural minor, which is probably the most common kind of minor scale, and we've got the kind of standard major scale there. So just understanding that. So with that kind of minor scale stuff we were saying before, let's just go snap to grid here, go 0 +3 +5 +8 +7 +5 +5 +3 +2 +12 maybe +7. And then we've got our kind of minor sequence going on there. Then we can just start tweaking it and making it sound, like something more usable. Use a stepper to modulate the pitch of the second oscillator that we're bringing into the sound. Again, we could use a performer here to modulate the cutoff frequency, setting the sync ratio, sync it, and then set the ratio to the same as what we've got the stepper, so 1/16. And another great thing you can do with the stepper here is you can actually kind of like create glide in between the notes. So at the moment it just jumps it just jumps up here to +3 semitones +5. These boxes here, if I activate these, or just turn them on by clicking them, and then we've got this glide modulation. So we're getting a nice bit of glide in between the notes, so we can create quite cool sequences like that. And if I didn't want any glide on some of these notes, I can turn it off. So that's quite a cool feature there. But yeah, minor scale, you can use those principles to create your ARP sequences. So if like this again is just a C note kind of like dragged out, you know, so you're basically, you've got this kind of arp hook. That's a C minor, but if our track's in kind of A minor, just move it down to A, then we're in A minor. So it's quite useful stuff if you're making your own arpeggiator sequences. So yeah, any questions about this tutorial or the kind of stuff we've covered on ARPs there, just get in touch and let us know. You can download those patches the ARP patches I played for you at the start there. You can download them. There's a link at the start of the video to just download those patches as they were. And yeah, thanks for watching. Alright, cheers.